Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I will be talking about why I deleted my social media. So yeah, let's talk about that. Why I deleted it. So for my number one reason why I deleted my social media, and I'm talking about Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat. Those three apps specifically are what define social media for me. I don't have a Facebook either, but I haven't had one in like 10 years, so I don't really consider that. And also, I do have YouTube, of course, but I don't consider YouTube as my social media because it's just a lot different than those other three apps. So I don't really compare YouTube to those, and what those apps did to me versus when I'm on YouTube isn't the same. So aside from that, those are the three apps that I have deleted from my life, and I do not want them back in my life. So let's just go over it. So my first reason why I decided to delete all those apps is because I wasn't being present anymore in my life. So for an example, going to gatherings or just being home with my kids, I noticed that I wasn't being present anymore. I was constantly on my phone, whether that's waking up, whether that's cooking, whether that's, dinner, family time. I wasn't being present anymore in my life. And it's horrible when you have your children with you and you're not being present with them either. So I did not like that. That was something I became aware of because I had noticed it on other people when I would be around them and I wouldn't be on my phone. So they're there and we're together, in a gathering, and they're on their phone. And it wouldn't just be one, it would be majority of everyone in the room would just be on their phone. And then the kids are, running around and, they're trying to talk to their parents and whatnot, and they're not paying attention because they're so busy on their phone. Whatever is going on in that phone of theirs, usually it's Instagram that they're on or TikTok, and they're just glued to it. And they are not being present. So that was something that I noticed, and then I started looking at myself, and I'm like, that's what I'm doing too when I'm home with my kids. So that's one. And then the other part of it is when you're out or when you're doing anything, like say for instance the pumpkin patch. We're going to the pumpkin patch, and instead of enjoying the trip, I'm so busy on trying to get the right picture, trying to get the right angle, lighting. Oh, come over here, take a picture, sit down, and and the kids are not having fun because they don't want to, go from this spot to this spot to this spot to try to smile for mom. Like, let's just enjoy the moment. Like, we can get one picture taken, but let's not do that the entire time. And usually I was like that because I was trying to get the perfect picture taken for my Instagram, for, my TikTok or my Snap, to post it, to show off to the people that were following me. And that was another thing. I had like 500 followers on Instagram, and I only talked to like 5 people. So it's like I'm doing all of this in my life trying to get the right photo. I'm not being present. I'm constantly, trying to post and show off basically to a bunch of people I don't even know. So it was for my own ego. It was very unhealthy that I came to realize it was not healthy at all. And for what? Like, why am I so glued to my screen? Why is it so addicting? I can't stop looking at other people's lives on social media. I have to keep scrolling. So anyways, it definitely took me out of my present moments in life. When I look back on days, like for instance, like the pumpkin patch or whatever was going on in that particular day, I'll be like, what, like, did I really enjoy it? Was I really present? Did I really make the memories, or was I just on autopilot, basically? So, when you drive down the freeway and you get on the freeway, right? And then like 15 minutes down the freeway, you're already exiting, and you kind of come back and it's like, oh, I was on autopilot that whole ride on the freeway. I wonder what happened back there. You kind of just get into your thoughts, and you don't even realize, but you become on autopilot. And that's kind of what you're doing when you're on your phone all day long, is you kind of put yourself on autopilot throughout your day around your family, because you're so focused in your phone. So at night, when I would look back on my day, I'm like, I don't really remember much of it. I remember, looking at this story. I remember looking at this person on Instagram, but I don't really remember what I did in the day with, my family. I have bits and pieces, but I don't really have, a good memory of what I did today, because I really wasn't present. So yeah, my main reason of why I deleted the social media. Now, my second reason would be overstimulating. So as soon as I wake up in the morning, the first thing I grab is my phone. And when I grab my phone, I go on Instagram, and I'll just look at everything that is happening around the world. Who I'm following, who's following me, everything that is going on. And I'll be in my bed for at least 2 hours before I actually get out of bed. And that whole time, I'm just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, looking at all this information online. And that's what I'm giving my brain at the start of the day. I'm overstimulating my mind as soon as it wakes up. I'm not able to just be present and look at my own thoughts and look inward. And it doesn't matter if I'm just waking up. I do that throughout the whole day. I'm constantly feeding my mind information. So when I'm finally done scrolling, when I finally have to get out of bed and put my phone down, I feel tired. My mind feels like, because I overstimulated my mind. I gave it too much information all at once. And that's kind of what we kind of do when we have little kids around. We give them our phone, and we be like, okay, leave us alone. Here's YouTube. Go watch something. And that's not healthy either, because if you don't know, it's very important to be bored. Because when you're bored, when you sit in silence in your thoughts, when you learn more about yourself. It's important to be bored, because when you're bored, you are going to grab onto whatever is going to make you happy, whether that's cooking, or whether that's going for a walk, or for me, I like to sew, or I like to create things, little projects when I'm bored. Like, I remember the other day, I was bored, and I remember my daughter wanted some Barbie furniture. Instead of going out and buying it, I had a lot of styrofoam at home, so I ended up just getting some extra cloth I had, getting the styrofoam, and I was making Barbie furniture with her. And that's what happens when, you don't got nothing to do. You will find the things that your inner self would like to do. But most people, when they're bored, they just get their phone to entertain them. And that's unhealthy, because so many people, like myself, don't find out who they are. They don't look inward, because they are not comfortable being bored, and they are not comfortable being alone in silence. So that is another one. Overstimulating is definitely a thing, and it's important to be bored, okay? It's important. So another one is comparing. So when you're on social media, obviously you're going to be comparing yourself to other people, because why not? This person has a great life. How come I don't have a great life, So yeah, you'll be coming across people that are like millionaires at 30 years old, or even at freaking 20, they're TikTok famous. And it makes you reflect back on yourself, like, well, they're doing great in life, but me, I'm not doing so great. So it kind of was depressing for me, because I would constantly compare myself to other people on social media, and I hated that. So I knew then it was very unhealthy for me to continue down this hole of just scrolling for the rest of my life because I knew that's what I would be doing if I didn't stop. So yeah, comparing yourself to other people is not healthy, and social media makes it so easy for you to compare yourself because it's right there. You only see the highlights of these people. That's what these platforms do. They are for you to post the best things in your life, and that's what everyone does. Obviously, you want to show off to your friends, your family, to whoever that you have a great life or you have this perfect photo or video. Obviously, social media is only about sharing the highlights of your life. It's never about sharing the struggles. You won't see a homeless man on Instagram taking pictures of him under the freeway sleeping. No, you're not gonna see that. So those are my main 3 reasons why I deleted my social media: not being present, overstimulating, and comparing. So when I became aware of all 3 of these things, I knew I had to let it go. I went on my Instagram and I went on my profile. And when I did that, it was so hard for me to delete my photos because in a way I looked at my photos as like me. Like, I have all of these great beautiful photos on my page. Like, that's who I am. And if I delete them, I'll be deleting me. I really thought this. And it was really hard for me to get those deleted because I didn't want to delete who I was. I didn't want to delete my status in a way. And why did I let my photos define who I was? I guess it was kind of like a reflection, like a mirror, like if I'm looking into this mirror of photos, of great photos, that is who I am. But if I delete the photo mirror, who am I in a way? So I had to get myself to delete those photos and realize that those photos didn't define me and that I am still that girl in those photos and much more. So I went ahead and I started deleting one by one, and I finally got to delete everything. And another thing that I wanted to mention was I would always be looking at my memories, whether that's story memories in the archives or just looking at the past photos I posted. And I would always be looking at them, always. And I was like, I'm constantly looking in the past. Everyone loves to look at memories. You look at old photos, old videos. It's nice to see. But I was constantly looking at it all the time. And it was just so unhealthy because, that time has passed. I shouldn't be constantly looking at it. This is why I will no longer have social media. It's much healthier for myself and for my family, for my well-being. So yes. So anyways, thank you so much, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.